So you know how I said I wasn't going to buy any more comic books? And that's the honest truth. I lost my job. It was a great job. I took a long time off during coronavirus to find the perfect job. And I found it. And it only lasted 9 months. It had its downsides. Working Portuguese hours was tough. But anyways. Well, I lied. So I said I wasn't going to buy any more comics because I had a trip to New York. Well, I went to New York and I had money. And so right across from my hotel was a dollar bin comic book store. Plus I bought a few comic books, which would be thrown in here and there. So I hit the dollar bins in New York City. And these things were great. I mean, I found this G.I. Joe yearbook number 3 in... No, that's not spineware. That's a little spineware around the staples. Knit corner. Little roll. I put it at a fair. At Fine. Fine minus. For $1. That's at least a $5 comic. Those are the bargains you're going to find there. So get ready for some weird stuff, and I'll tell you the stories behind them. So I got so I've been collecting Justice League International stuff. And when I saw Elongated Man for $1, I was like, yeah. And I need to pick up the first. I got the first and the third. So definitely going to give this a read, and that's in my read pile over here. Then I picked up Deadshot, my favorite villain, Suicide Squad. I loved him from Suicide Squad, and he's my favorite villain. And so I picked up a Deadshot comic just to have a Deadshot comic in my collection. I'm not gonna collect Deadshot. That was the one where he introduces his daughter too, where he meets his daughter. I think this is the one where he meets his daughter. No, it's not. No, that was in the 6th one. He meets his daughter for the first time in that miniseries. Robotech 2, The Sentinels. I have been looking everywhere for these Robotech 2. You can't find them. They're hard to come by. So whenever I see one for $1, I'm like, yeah. Because I'm going to collect that whole series and read it. I have the first one of this, so I was just like, it's $1. Picked up some Gru. Actually, this was found. So when I came back from my vacation, the guy that cleans my house, he cleaned up my area and he found a whole bunch of comics, and there was a bunch of Gru in it. And so this is Gru number 5. Gru number 3 from the Pacific Comics. So these are like the early Grus. And then the Eclipse special, and then 3 early issues of Gru from the Epic series. So cool Gru. I like Gru, and I like having a little Gru in my collection. Gru's kind of one of those things where I just like, if I want to read something and I'm just in the mood to read, I go grab a Gru, and you can read them. You can read them ad infinite. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, art by Carl Barks. Yeah, he did the Junior Woodchuck books. So I have started collecting Rita Farr, because you can't have enough Rita Farr from Doom Patrol TV series, my favorite character. And I see Rita Farr on the cover, I'm like, gotta have it, because it's Rita Farr, and it's Doom Patrol. Speaking of Doom Patrol, second appearance of guess who? Animal, Plant, Mineral Man? I can never remember the name of the villain, but he was in the series. But yes. I like the Sea Devils. I wanted to have the Sea Devils in my collection. I didn't know which one, so I just Saw this on a Facebook thing and bought it. Just picking up sad sacks. You know, I'm just picking up them sad sacks. Even in the Navy. And then a Donald Duck 69. I don't know how I ended up with this. Random. I've been collecting Amazing Man, and so I got his winter special, so that's kind of cool, because I have the 11th issue, and I'm still debating if I'm going to collect the whole series or not. I did like Amazing Man. He was really great. Even my sister liked him. Just getting some Peter Baggy. Just getting my Peter Baggy into my collection. Just I've been collecting random Peter Baggies. I like Hate, but I don't want to collect Hate again. I don't want to read Hate again. I reading it once was once enough. Just some random Punisher. It was a buck. Some more random Punisher. It was a buck. Okay. Speculation! Not going anywhere. It was a buck. For speculation, I'll get $2 out of it. I like the Omega Man. I didn't know about this series, so it was the first issue, so I was like, let me give it a read. And I got the second issue, too. I don't know why I bought this. I really don't. I was like, oh, cool. Magazine. With gory stories in them. Okay, are these the old creepy stories or something? Because that's what it looks like. So I guess I'll give this a read. I like those old creepy stories. So now I'm just going to be whizzing past you with a whole bunch. I got Hitman. Now, before you go mad, I'm a Garth Ennis fan. I love Garth Ennis' work. I love his work in Preacher, and I love his work in Hitman. I wanted to have something to say Garth Ennis in my collection. Now, do I want to have the full collection run? I think I have enough Hitman that I'm happy with the Hitman levels I have. I might buy Demon Annual number 2 and then call it good. But so I bought a stack. They had Hitman up the zoo. Hitman. 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 I'm not grabbing them at 2. Hitman. Grabbing them by... See how thick the stack is getting? Hitman. Hitman. And... Hitman. Big thick stick of Hitman. Big thick stick of Hitman. I think I'm good on my Hitman. Speculation book. Super Pro. You have to get the Super Pro when you see the Super Pro in the dollar bin. It's a rule. It's a rule. It's a rule. You have to get the Super Pro if you see it in the dollar bin. You just have to. I had the first issue of Merc. This brought back happy memories. And when I bought it at, it was one of the early comics that I bought at Steve Geppe's comic book shop in Geppe's Comics in Crystal City. God, I just remember that shop and getting ripped off by them. Alf. It's Alf. Again, rule. You see Alf in the bin, you get the Alf. Brought back happy memories. I had it, and I used to always read it. So, I don't want to read it again. Turtle Adventures. I used to collect Turtle Adventures. I had the whole run of it. This is part of the miniseries from the cartoon, so it's part of like the cartoon. I have to have something Turtles in my collection. Garth Ennis War Stories. Legionnaires #1. I like Legions of Superheroes. Have to have some Legions of Superheroes in the collection. Rantan War. Crossovers. Got to get it. First issue. one of my favorite comics, Empire. Not the first issue, actually, but the first of the DC series. Come on, it's Batman. All right? Dollar bin Batman. All right? Dollar bin 80s Batman, okay? Dollar bin 80s Batman. Okay. So, Dutch, when he was in Holland, the golden rule is always buy the Unknown Soldier in the dollar bin. Because I got a lot of great Unknown Soldier stories, because I loved Unknown Soldier, and so it was always a dollar bin buy for me. So, dollar bin buy. I love the Robotech cartoon series, and I felt like throwing a splash in, so it... It's a big pile of Robotech, all three series. None of the first or anything like that, just a random assortment. Again, kind of building that Robotech collection out, like I was building out the Robotech 2 that I got from the dollar bin. You know, at $1 an issue, it's like, I'm not going to get that online for those. So, yeah, sure. And they're bagged, and so they were cool, and... So that was my finds. That was my dollar bin finds that I found in New York City. Definitely great dollar bin finds.